so here we are. We're on the 2022 Indian Chief Bobber Dark Horse. Starting to realize I'm a bit of an ape hanger guy. I like the feel of this a lot. We got it in sport mode. Can't do anything too crazy because we are on demo days. It's not my bike, but I figured I would give a review of what I thought of this thing. And so far, this is actually my second time riding it. First time the GoPro battery died. So here we are, round two.
Round two, fight!
So for anybody that knows my channel, I ride a Scout Bobber now, Bobber 20. So it's got a similar feel to that bike in that the ergonomics are pretty much the same. This, yes, I know everybody, it is air cooled, it is a bigger bike, but it still feels similar. Which is part of the dilemma. I like this bike a lot, but is it different enough to add one to my garage when I've already got a bobber in it? And I thought from the very beginning when I first saw him, I'm like, man, that's a badass bike. I'd like to have one, but it's not enough different. And I'm still thinking that, I'm still feeling that way, but this thing is phenomenal. So it probably would be more comfortable riding two up on this, be more comfortable on longer hauls. So from that standpoint, yeah, I could see me maybe adding one. This has cruise control, which is a really cool feature. Mine does not. This one happens to be sage brush smoke, same as mine. So yeah, it would just look like if somebody hadn't seen me for a while, and saw me on this, it would just think that my my bobber put on some COVID weight or something, because it looks like the big brother to what I've got already. Once we get on a straight, I'll show you how the cruise control works. Yeah, things I would change: the grips, the Indian grips. Never been a fan of them, but I would probably change those. The height of the bars is actually perfect. I rode a Springfield with 16-inch apes on it also today, which looks cool and actually feels really cool, having the arms up that high, but this is really perfect where it is. So I don't think I would change these bars, or if I changed them, I would change them for, you know, some aftermarket ones the same height if I wanted to go with a different style. Or I also rode another Chief today, and it had stage 2 with cams. That thing in sport mode was twitchy as hell. Fun bike, like a hooligan bike, but man, I don't know that I would want to daily that thing, because even the smallest input from the throttle sent that thing bucking like a Bronco. And I don't know. I like having the power when I need it, but I don't want to have to hold on for dear life every time I want to do some acceleration, even if it's from a stop. So that I wasn't a huge fan of. But plus it also had mid controls. I think on something like this, the forward controls on this on this Chief Bobber Dark Horse, the front controls are a lot better, or forward controls. Actually, I don't know if you can see in the rearview mirror, that guy is riding the Chief I was talking about that's twitchy. It's fun, but maybe too fun. Also, during this whole demo days, actually yesterday, I test rode the 2022 FTR, and I'll link that video also in this one if you want to check that out. That was fun. It's a bike I would consider adding because it's enough different. So late summer in northern Indiana is what you're looking at. In case you ever wondered what the edge of the earth looks like, this is it. Alright, so I got the cruise control set. Gotta play with that a little bit to get used to it, but it's a nice feature to have. So I think that would be a must on long trips because you're, at least I do, my hands start getting numb. I know it's not just a me problem, other people have it too. Not sure if everybody does, but I know I do. So leave some comments in the comment section. Ask me questions about the bike, what my impression was. If it's not something that you heard me babbling on, or you didn't want to hear me drone on for however long this video is, you just want to ask them straight up, let me know. I'll answer. I try to get to all the comments because you know, if you're going to ask it, I'll try to answer it. I'll put up here the specs of the bike up in the video. So this one has sport, standard, and tour mode. If I was going to get one of these, I would definitely have to get the Dark Horse because this screen is really cool. The other ones, and it goes the same for the FTR also. If you don't get the upgraded screens, you just get the standard round clock like you get on the Bobber, which there's nothing wrong with it. It's just if you're going to pay 20 grand for a bike, or whatever this one is, 19, yeah, 20 grand. So if you're going to pay 20 grand for a bike, you might as well have better tech in it, I guess. We're going really slow on this one. We're following a Miata who has decided to take a Sunday drive on a Saturday for some reason. So while we're sitting here on a boring stretch of nothing, I'll talk a little bit about the difference between this and my Scout Bobber. Scout Bobber is a water-cooled motor. This is an air-cooled. I don't feel a lot of heat off of this, which is nice. I'm sure it can get hot, but the day's not that bad right now. So big difference is going to be if when you're on a hot day in traffic and stopping, this thing's going to heat up, start cooking your nuts, and possibly the engine, so watch out. I think it does have the rear cylinder deactivation on this motor, so that's nice. I haven't turned it on or off, so I'm not sure if it's even on, but I know it's available through the settings. It's got the wire wheels on this, just like my Scout, which I like a lot. It just looks cooler, I think. I know a lot of people are like, oh, but it's a tube tire and whatever. I mean, I like them. If you like alloys, that's cool. I mean, I like some of the alloys, but I just happen to like that old school look on a cruiser. The Dark Horse is the blacked out version with the darked out engine, pipes, and everything, so a little meaner look. The saddle on my Scout was the Solo saddle, the one that's like a little tractor seat. I love that thing. A lot of people throw shade at it, but I happen to be a big fan. So that's what came on mine. I still have it on there. I like it a lot. This one is more of a traditional Solo seat. It's not like a tractor seat. It just kind of sits into the bike. I know what people are talking about now when they say that it feels different. Like on mine, it feels like you're sitting on the bike because that tractor seat's up higher. On these, it feels a little bit more like you're sitting in the bike. Nice Toyota. Oh, go. So this got bigger wheels and tires than the standard Chief does. Also has, you know, bigger wheels and tires than my Scout does too. So if you want the Scout Bobber look with a beefy back end, this is gonna be a good way to get that. Just go straight to a Chief. The bike's bigger, it feels bigger, still nimble. In all honesty, if I did not already have my Scout Bobber, I'd go with one of these. Actually, I'll tell you what, if today I was buying, I didn't have a bike yet, I would probably buy this over the Scout Bobber, even though I still love my Scout Bobber. But again, the question is, if you have one and you're not going to trade it in, is this worth adding to the garage? And I don't know if it is. Definitely worth replacing or just adding to the garage if you don't have already something that's a good bar hopper bike or run around town. This can do probably it all. Throw some bags on it and got a nice comfy bike for a long ride. You got options of this one more. Alright, well, we're at the end of the ride. Hopefully I didn't bore you to tears. If you are still watching, you are a trooper. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Leave some comments below. And watch for more video content. You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go. Click on some other videos, but go home.